See, this is why I keep tripping over my own testicle.
Welcome to the Swine Brothers Show, episode 141 for April the 6th. That's a Friday. We're back on Fridays, everyone. 2018, I think. You can email us at cosmicgodsdie@gmail.com. Facebook is Swine Brothers and Twitter SwineBro666. From Deathbat, whatever the fuck his name is, Mason's Ungodly Hangout, I am Elliot Lindemood. My co-hosts are...
I am Jim, the Seeing Eye Mutant.
And I'm Danman.
The Giggly Mutant.
Oh.
I think she would rather be a ghoul.
Yeah.
Find the Giggly Ghoul.
I can do a ghoul.
Find the Giggly Ghoul. We are here. We are live. We are around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you may be. What is our top story today?
Heavy metal rules. Metalsucks sucks.
Duh.
Metalsucks published an article last week that essentially questions why the guard Ver Ishan Division, the ringleader of black metal legends Emperor, would continue to work with some of his bandmates who are involved with the criminal activity of the notorious Norwegian scene in the early 90s.
You realize that, like, I mean, I'm not saying black metal is popular just because of the activities, but you realize a large part of the allure is the criminal activities. So it's sort of,
yeah, they make movies about them that suck and write
but
books
I mean,
about it that
but what got
suck.
me into it as a little kid was like, wow, he killed him and then ate him and burnt down churches. Cool.
Yes, this sounded like a good rock and roll party time, and I got on the board just after it stopped.
Yeah, well, plus you weren't in Norway.
Yeah, I wasn't in Norway.
U.S. black metal guys are generally cleaner and think that the Norwegians were posers, but hey, whatever.
I think
They're
some
posers.
people tried some copycat crimes over here, burning down churches, but all the news said they were just disgruntled atheists.
Yeah. Gotta love slanted news.
Yeah.
The article's author or authors discuss the often referenced arson of churches that the guitarist Thomas Thormacerson Samuth Haugen. I'm butchering names all over the place. I need to cut off my tongue.
Which I never thought burning down churches was that bad of a thing.
Wait, where are you here? Samuth Haugen. Yeah, you're
Thomas Samuth Haugen. Yeah. I just call him Samuth. I just call him Samuth.
Samuth Haugen.
Yeah. I just call him Samuth.
That sounds Icelandic.
Norwegian. Okay. Well, Samuth is his stage name. It's basically backwards Thomas
Yes.
with an H.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, he was involved with and convicted for, as well as former drummer Bard Goldvik Faust, Ethan's murder conviction.
And Faust Ethan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, murder conviction. Erroneously referring to the latter act as bigoted in nature by jumping to the conclusion based upon assumption.
Yeah, they do that.
Additionally, in a separate Metalsucks article published in 2017, one of the site's writers, Axel Rosenberg, wrote, "Yes, Faust murdered a gay man.
Magna Anderson.
There we go. Who allegedly propositioned him. Not that propositioning the guy would make Anderson's murder okay, obviously, but to hear Ethan tell it, it's the reason for his homicidal act."
Oh, hell.
Which, keep going.
Rosenberg later added that he speaks for both Vince and myself when I say that we won't give Emperor a free pass any longer.
By the way, I just like to say the two, because Metalsucks have pseudonyms because they're afraid. Their two, the heads are Axel Rosenberg, Axel Rose, and Vince Nielstein, Vince Neil. Motley Crue was metal at first. The first two albums were. Then they went into glam. When was Axl Rose metal?
At the time, I was unable to verify whether or not Metalsucks editors writers actually wear superhero capes.
Oh, for God's sake.
That's funny, though.
It's not. They're just being stupid.
No. I mean, it's funny. The author's making fun of the Metalsucks writers.
Yes, but that's not the point. They're trying to make fun of them so that people actually feel like they're connected with those people. We're doing what you need to do, etc., to understand and like metal music, blah blah blah. And therefore, we wear superhero capes to,
No. They wear superhero capes because they're the fucking Cape Crusaders.
Yes.
Scorching out.
Yes, but what do Cape Crusaders do? They stamp out injustice.
Exactly, and then that's what he's saying. The Metalsucks is claiming they're stamping out injustice in the metal scene, so naturally they wear superhero capes.
Why do you want to? But you see, we're the villains. We're metalheads. Therefore,
wait, okay. I
wear a super villain cape.
I have a very specific question about this website. Do they actually quote sources for everything that they're talking about?
Metalsucks do not quote sources.
Oh, well,
occasionally, occasionally they will, but if you'll go on and read the rest of the article, you'll see that the sources are spurious at best.
Yes, okay.
Or whenever they quote a direct source, they'll cotton pick and
or the source will be non-reputable.
Yeah.
It's like, here's something they said 30 years ago, and it's only half a sentence.
And by the way, Jim, I actually had this idea for like a metal musical type thing where like different types of metal will be different types of people. Like the hero would be the power metal, and the villain would be the death metal guy, and the weird guy who's actually behind everything would be black metal. It's a shit idea, but it just,
I just like my fucking, Metalheads Unleashed kind of idea, or Unhinged, that was it. Where it's like, the first episode is, we're going to go crowdfunding to buy this abandoned church, and they're all coming, and everyone else is coming up with these crazy ideas, and the guy running the project finally gets enough money to buy the church, and they go out there, and they're like, wow, I can't believe we own this thing, and he's like, yep. And the first thing he does is light up a Molotov and throw it in the window. I always wanted to do that.
Hey, well, okay, there's no crime against setting arson to your own property, as long as you don't claim it against insurance or anything.
Oh, I would. It was an electrical thing. We found evidence of a Molotov cocktail. The Molotov hit the electrical wires.
Okay, shut up, Elliot. We can't trust you.
The problem with Metalsucks' claim is that they provide no evidence suggesting that the act was motivated by homophobia. It is conjecture. In these two instances, and this appears to be a recurring problem with the website, Metalsucks proved them to be sloppy and disingenuous at worst.
Yeah.
Sloppy at best, disingenuous at worst. Not surprised. Ethan was quoted as using a homophobic slur in Lords of Chaos, a 1998 book that he described upon my request for this article as one including a vortex of bad statements, misquotes, and still youth gone wild out eviling each other.
I mean, Lords of Chaos is fun if you like true crime. If you actually want a history into black metal, you better go elsewhere. But if you just want a nice true crime book, Lords of Chaos is decent. But yes, it is sort of youth gone wild type thing, or it's like, and then Euronymous had alchemical experiments that caused fires in the basement.
Yes, I like alchemical fires.
Me too, especially when they build rockets so I can wipe out my entire tribe.
Just press the button to launch nukes at both cities.
We did that. And after we nuked Ulysses at point blank range.
Yeah. I will have an honorable fight. Bing, bing, bing.
No!
3 hit points left and irradiated to all. Fuck.
We died, but it was such a glorious death.
Today, Ethan is quick to dismiss any suggestion that his regrettable actions had anything to do with hate crime. I was never homophobic. I was born and raised in a home where I learned to respect women and everyone, regardless of skin color, and always to defend the weak. What I did was the result of a troublesome childhood. I had no job education, so I didn't really see a future for myself. And on top of that, all moral standards around the scene went out the window.
Which is good.
I'm not saying that this makes my crime better in any way, but I was never a homophobe. I have friends today that are gay, and I couldn't care less.
But, what's wrong with all moral standards going out from this scene? That's fun.
Mm. Looking back at what happened, Nathan was visiting his family in the city at which the Winter Olympic Games took place a couple of years later. After leaving a pub and walking through the Olympic Park in the summer of 1992 in Lillehammer, Norway, he encountered Andersen, who propositioned him, according to Ethan. He followed Andersen into a forest outside Lillehammer, where he stabbed him dozens of times before repeatedly kicking him in the head.
Which is fun.
Ethan was later in prison and served almost 9.5 years for his crime.
The interesting thing is he wasn't in prison until about a year and a half later. He actually went on tour after the murder.
Wait, 9.5 years for kicking the dude in the head?
Yep. Because, people in Scandinavia actually think
Oh.
shock that you could, actually kill someone as a kid and not be paying for it 80 years later.
Right.
Because, why not give people a second chance?
His actions were unquestionably unjustifiable and inexcusable. A man's life was cut short unnecessarily. Stab wounds.
I think that's good that they do that. I mean, not everybody who's ever killed someone is a serial killing monster who's going to kill other people again. Some people just do it because impulses. Some people do it because fucked up childhood or whatever. Give him a prison time, let him off, and he's recording music again.
I'll be right back.
If they do it a second time, that's whenever you throw the book at them.
No, that's whenever you reward them with $5 million.
That too. But that's our society, not the way normal society works. Remember that.
God damn it. No wonder people look at me like I'm insane.
And undeniably deplorable as the act itself was, attempts to properly engage in the media analysis and critique require that focus at times needs to turn from understandable, value-laden judgments of content towards the form and presentation of said content.
Hey, I thought it was pretty interesting.
And on a fundamental level, if we are to have any faith whatsoever in journalism or any form of historical documentation, journalism.
Well,
faith.
there was a time, Jim. Maybe it was a long time ago. There was a time when journalism was the fourth branch of the government, keeping the government in check and exposing whenever they would do shit. And there was a time when people did actually have faith in the media and journalism as basically speaking for the common man. The 1960s. And basically what happened was they deregulated everything. So, nowadays the corporations who actually run the world now have the fucking, media by the balls.
Which is why everyone's trying to censor the internet to hell and back so that way they can get it all by the balls again.
Yes, and it will never work because you can't censor the internet. I mean, you've finally created something that's uncensorable. You could try and you can censor certain parts of it, but there will always be ways around it.
Factual accuracy is mandatory. Metalsucks misses the mark yet again. The demographic background of any victim is a logical point of inquiry as to the perpetrator's motives, since hate crimes are all too real. But whenever you stab someone to death a few dozen times, kick them in the head,
The thing is, it's called a hate crime, and yet, if I murdered you because I hate you, it wouldn't be called a hate crime, Jim. And yet, it would be a hate crime because I decided that I hate you. So, well, okay, you're okay. You know what, Anarcha? Okay, let's say I decide Anarcha doesn't deserve to live anymore because I hate him so much. It wouldn't be considered a hate crime, would it? Because he's white. But yet, I did it because I hated him. God, I wish murder was legal.
Don't we all?
No, he doesn't. Trust me, he doesn't.
But Metalsucks jumped to their conclusion during an interview that I conducted with Ethan in 2007 for Unrestrained magazine for a feature on his band Blood Tsunami.
Yeah, I want a Blood Tsunami. It's a good
Ethan
band,
expressed remorse for his actions, something Metalsucks incorrectly claims has never happened. Well, that's Metalsucks.
That's why I like Varg Vikernes. He doesn't express remorse for killing Euronymous. Fuck it, I killed him. He died. He's a scumbag.
He went on to state that the prospect of seclusion with someone is what opened the door for him to commit the heinous act that day. He was alone with someone, so I could finally kill.
Interesting thing is, his music is all about serial killers. His modern day band is all about serial killers. Just saying.
I just like that. It was just I was finally alone with someone. So I did the first thing that came naturally. Stabbed him a few dozen times and kicked him in the head a few.
Yeah, that's...
I never thought I could do that.
I always wonder why Eric...
alone with someone, but when I was, that's the first thing I did.
I always wondered why Eric always insisted on having a friend over when he came to my house.
As an exclusively op-ed driven site, we can obviously expect Metalsucks to express themselves, but no one should accept the website's increasingly evident sloppiness in reporting. Worse than being guilty of...
It's not sloppy at all, because sloppiness would say that they have standards. It's slant.
Mm-hmm. Worse than being guilty of questionable agenda-based historical revisionism. Boy, that was like the whole thing that got me into the Metalgate thing. Was like, women were never in metal until recently, and now we got to protect them.
Yes.
No, they've been here since the dawn. And we just read that one article where the girl was like, we've been here since the dawn. It's like, yeah, you're saying that, but now you're crying because you're getting what you asked for.
Well, I mean,
wait.
I get what she was crying about. She didn't like the term girl band as a genre, which I understand. It's just the way she did it was. But yes, metal has, yeah.
Well, she was sitting there saying, we need representation, and corporations got to understand we need representation, but I don't like girl band because corporations use it and blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, the corporations use it because you demanded representation. So they think that's important, so they push that out there.
No,
Unless
okay.
you let things collapse and say, hey, I just want good music, then it won't matter who the hell's the lead.
Can I make a note here?
Huh.
That in the past, all the girl bands that we saw were specifically advertised to be so because of the fucking 1980s.
Well, yeah, I mean, you had a lot of bands that were specifically advertised as all-girl bands.
Yes.
And, some bands like Girl School sort of played up to it, and some bands...
No, a lot of bands didn't, but a lot of bands that succeeded did succeed because they were labeled as girl bands. So, personally, I wonder, why things like Iconic for Hire wonders Why is female fronted a genre anyway? Well, fuck.
It made money and got the masses buying shit.
And
Oh my god, chicks playing guitar.
Yes. The point is that those women are doing things that would not be considered womanly because, oh my god, patriarchal society, blah blah blah. Don't get me wrong, I'm not an SJW. I'm not pulling that.
Oh, I'd love to see more women playing amazing metal. There's nothing. Jim, name something hotter than a black metal woman playing fucking evil music about Satan.
Oh god, I'd be scared.
There's nothing.
A dead fetus.
Oh, yes, but to me, there's nothing hotter than a Dory or bands like that.
Well, I know how you feel, Elliot, but Jim, would Jim particularly like some woman putting on him about, her devil?
I've shown him a Dory before. Yeah, I
know my husband would. Oh my gosh. He might find someone who actually he liked.
I mean, I like vicious feet. I like people with some.
No, I agree. I'm just saying. It's all capitalism.
Well, yeah.
The labels, the labels on the music and so on and so forth. It's all capitalism. If you want to get over the capitalism, you have to make a new label for yourselves. You have to actually go and do something that's worthwhile.
Or kick someone or stab someone half a dozen or 2 dozen times and kick them in the head a couple times.
That might work, but
Swine Brothers does not advocate. Wait, yes, we do. We advocate murder.
It's all fun and games. Lee stab someone 153 times and then kick him in the head 4.
Hey, fuck you! I'm not going down for murder on your part because, oh my god, I have children. No.
Okay, fine. I'll murder for you because I don't have kids.
Wait at least 10 years.
I don't have kids and have no desire to have kids at the point.
No, if you wait at least 10 years, my kids will be 17 and 16 and they'll be A-okay.
I can't wait that long, so I'll just murder for you. I'm not waiting 10 years.
Metalsucks is simply guilty of spouting factual inaccuracy. Aside from the aforementioned instances, they've recently accused Take of being Nazis.
And Marduk. Recently.
While none of the musicians being discussed in this article are likely to ever be in line for sainthood, except in the cult of Jim.
In the cult of
You know what I wonder? With all these people accusing each other of being Nazis, I wonder what the actual cutoff is to be a Nazi.
Well,
is there a line? Is there a thing where we?
Well, yes, Nazi is actually a very specific thing. What I'd like to go back to on Scott's thing, Jeannie from Ye Go Heard God said, "Why are we thinking that metalheads should be saints? They're metal bands."
Shouldn't we be heading in the other direction? On and on.
And take out the metal bands, the rock stars. When's the last time you ever saw a rock star be a saint? I mean, I've heard stories about staid fucking, pop rock stars going out and, fucking 30 chicks in a night. Rock musicians, you don't get into a musician to fucking, granted, I'll admit, and Jim can make fun of me, I was never straight edge, but I guess I respected it the first time I ever heard it. Just because, hey, look, there's someone who's making music for other reasons than sex, drugs, and rock and roll. But still, even those straight edge people are violent people most of the time. So,
okay, Elliot, I can say that I would brag if I fucked 2 people in one night, but I haven't managed that yet, so.
But I'm just saying, you don't get into musicians to be a saint.
No, God, no.
Take's one-time foolish G.G. Allen-like use of a swastika to be provocational, an act the band since publicly apologized for, which, if you were a legit Nazi, you wouldn't have.
Which you should never apologize, because no apology will be ever enough. That's why I was listening to James Urbaniak from the Venture Brothers. He does a podcast, and one of his things was he was satirizing public apologies. And he kept apologizing, and he got death threats, so he finally snapped and went, Okay, you know what? Fine. I apologize on behalf of the Wright brothers for their fucking, for their involvement with 9/11. Is that better
No,
for
for
you?
God's sake.
But no, basically just saying no apology is good enough. So,
Oh yes,
you know,
our fathers in flight were definitely responsible for the planes that flew into
well, they
9/11.
invented, planes, so yeah, they're responsible.
Oh.
So it basically just saying
Seriously, I want to understand what makes someone a Nazi. Like,
having
I
not.
want to know the technical definition of it right
Well,
now because
everyone
I'm
calls.
pretty sure that I qualify.
No, you don't.
Oh, you might be surprised. So, I mean,
Are you a racist?
not necessarily.
Then you're not a Nazi. I
Well,
mean,
no,
not
but
Nazism.
I do subscribe to eugenics.
Well, yeah, but everyone does. Well, at least I do. But that does not mean not
But now,
people.
not Elliot. Eugenics were primarily popularized by Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, but
Were they
Hitler
not?
was a vegetarian, so
Well, Hitler also wanted to use eugenics to make a better person, and he contributed to the negative stereotype that we have against eugenics right now because of the shit that he did in sterilizing people who didn't need sterilized.
And abortion.
see,
Hmm.
I'm for just mandatory sterilization of
See,
everyone.
it's Hitler that made abortion a bad name.
But it's well, no,
Personally,
but
personally, I would prefer if sterilization was available to people who wanted it. That is, it was free choice. I mean, isn't that what America's about?
I think people should have a choice. They could be sterilized or shot.
Hey, well, you know what? In America, you don't get that choice.
I think everyone on the planet should have a choice:
No,
sterilized or
seriously.
shot.
This
I
doesn't
went.
mean this doesn't mean its members are Nazis, nor do the act's anti-Islamic lyrics. While an anti-Islamic perspective can go hand in hand with racism, that
Mhm.
isn't unequivocally the case. Didn't we say that? Weren't they just like anti-Abrahamic faith?
Well, I
Period.
mean, and also, how could you be anti-Christianity and not be anti-Islam?
Really.
It's sort of three weeds from the same root.
Hmm. There are numerous reasons justifying one's criticism of a religion that has fostered, coming full circle, rampant homophobia and sexism. Who knows what Take's motivations were for penning those lyrics? Metalsucks doesn't, but they pretend they do. Metal
So
Sucks is Metal Sucks is increasingly disseminating flawed information via shoddy, sensationalistic, clickbait hungry presentation that's habitually filtered through double click clouded bias, rendering them an unreliable source for those expecting factual accuracy in
it's called
reporting.
metal sucks, though. Anything metal sucks. I'm not going to expect anything factual from metal sucks.
Okay, well, realistically speaking, I would need time to actually look up why homosexuality has been deemed as such a terrible thing in history. I cannot
Because
tell you.
they don't breed, and you
Yeah,
need to
well, no,
breed.
no, it's less about that. It's more about other things, I'm sure.
The
It is
Bible,
less to do with the not breeding.
the
I have to tell
Bible
you.
condemns it. Plus, it's all also just different things. I mean, people
You
don't
think
like.
it's all about not breeding, but it's also about sin.
But the thing is, and why is it sin? Because it's different. People don't like different things.
No,
People,
no, absolutely
if
not.
people see two guys living together, what's that? I don't understand it. It must be bad.
Mm,
Are you prepared to lose faith in humanity?
I wait. What
already
faith in
have.
humanity? What faith in humanity?
Exactly. Let's just, reinforce that
Okay.
lack of
Okay.
faith.
Wait. I have faith in humanity now, Jim. Woohoo!
A third of millennials aren't sure if the Earth is round, survey finds.
Only a
A,
third.
a third.
Only a third. I thought it
Wait,
was
wait.
more. I have faith in humanity again, Jim. It's only a third.
A new survey has found that a third of young millennials in the U.S. aren't convinced the Earth is actually round.
Well, it's uh,
this. I have.
It's a
I've seen
fucking
people who don't believe
trapezoid.
it. No, I have seen people that believe so heavily in God that they do not think that the world could be round.
I think my favorite shape term ever is a trapezoid. So whenever somebody says it's a trapezoid.
You know what my favorite part about the flat Earth theory is? The moon is a hologram.
Ooh, I like it.
But
Yes,
Nazis,
that's my favorite
Me
part.
and my friends are gem girls. Gem is my name.
God damn. Okay, what was the? I was doing a poll of Swine Brothers with my friends, and you singing "Gem and the Holograms" was voted like the weirdest thing because it's weird that you would know that.
Oh God, Gem and the holograms. Oh fuck.
See, that was what was
Oh
on
my God,
right before. That was the show that was on right before the awesome fucking genocidal fucking human extinction giant space robot war known as Robotech. Which yes, Macross is better, but back when I was a kid, I didn't know Macross was a thing. I knew Robotech.
Jim, you think about I actually watched Rainbow Bright and that kind of bullshit, and there was all kinds of horrible shit going on there.
Oh God, Rainbow Bright. The only thing I remember is I knew a friend who used to have G.I. Joe and Rainbow Bright hump each other. But really quick before, when I was growing up, we had Robot Wars, which was the sport about giant robots. That was so fun to see. I miss Robot Wars.
The national poll reveals that 18 to 20-year-olds are the largest group in the country who refuse to accept the scientific facts of the world's shape.
The world is...
Published April 5th, 2018.
No.
At 1:28 p.m.
Stop, everyone. Stop. Everyone. The world isn't round, don't you know? It's cube-shaped.
Time cube.
Well, of course, it is our legacy at this point to further the time cube.
And thus speaketh the prophet Jean Ray.
Why not?
Too bad he died. He will be missed. He was probably...
In 1884, Meridian Time personnel met in Washington to change Earth time. First word said was that only one day could be used on Earth to not change the one-day Bible. So they applied to one day and ignored the other 3 days. The Bible was wrong then, and it proved wrong today. The major law, this is a major lie, has so much evil feed from its wrong. No man on earth has no belly button. It proves every believer on earth a liar.
Oh, of course.
Don't say it, the prophet Jean Ray. Blessed be his name.
No, the point is that if we weren't born from each other, then we have no belly button. Therefore, we were not born from another person. We were just born from God.
I found this article about it, and I shipped Jim the link, and he found the original thing. And we spent hours. It was me, Jim, Eric, and Jim's ex. Just reading it.
I can love it. I can love it.
and they were like, "Don't encourage him. Don't encourage him."
Oh, it's just fucking great. I don't mind it.
That is Mush's religion for the D&D campaign. Mm-hmm. That is totally it right there. I just gotta have a god for him to rail against.
By the way, Jim, vampires, we need them because after what we just did in my fucking campaign. Danamon doesn't know the story, so we'll have to explain how fair.
I need Jim to slowly ease people into the time cube in our campaign. I don't know about yours, but
no, I started already. I started going off the 4 simultaneous day rant, but then
Jim's character is.
I'm going to quote one paragraph that picked at random from Time Cube. I've already picked it out. And it was picked at complete random. I just went scrolling there.
Jim's character has been the only leading person who's ever actually able to do anything in our campaign. And that's fucking great. It's awesome.
After this is off air, we'll explain why I want vampire. Anyway, continue the story.
No, we're fucking vampires too. I mean, that's the thing.
We're fighting them. He wants to be in league with them.
Well, I'll tell you the story off air anyway. Continue the story, please.
YouGov, a British market research firm, polled 8,215 adults in the United States to find out if they ever believed the flat Earth movement. Only 66% of young millennials answered they also believe the world is round. They always believe the world is round.
Of course, part of this could be trolling. I mean, people are fucking so
Oh
postmodern.
God, yes.
Of course, I never got this fucking survey, so
Since teachers across the U.S. will be shaking their heads after learning that 9% of young adults answered they have always believed the planet was flat.
The point is that 90% of the United States don't believe in authority.
Yeah. Welcome to the U.S.
And we don't respect it.
No, I don't respect authority.
Another 9% of young adults. Another 9% of young adults said they thought the planet was spherical but had doubts about it.
It's cube.
In a disturbing display of indecision, 16% of millennials said they weren't sure what the shape of the planet was.
Cube.
Okay,
it is 4 sides, that's a top and bottom, but do not count the top and bottom.
If I had any sort of power in this educational system, all right, class, we're going to be learning something new called the time cube.
I firmly believe that the Earth is a cube, or not a cube so much as a globe. Yes, I understand the whole Earth is a circle thing. Blah 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 blah. But
I firmly believe that the Earth is an asshole, and we are the shit living in the asshole.
Oh God, yes. Nature is fucking scary, bitch. What the fuck you doing, bitch? Point being, though, is that I believe that the Earth is a circle and all that whatnot and blah blah blah. All the existing standards of science.
My cat disagrees.
Well, your cat is a cat.
Cats, that's their mission to do, is to disagree. You know that. Cats have to disagree with you.
My cat bites my feet when she doesn't get fed, so...
Yes.
Overall...
What about what's your cat's belief about the Earth?
I don't know.
Overall, only 2% of respondents said they always thought the Earth was flat without any doubt. 9% of youngins, but 2% overall.
The Earth is flat because when I look at the ground, it is flat. Therefore, it is flat. Literally, that's the excuse I've heard.
I've seen so much more. I mean, there's a lot of more.
Did you guys see
oh god.
Did you guys see Did you guys see the video or the article about the guy, the flat earther who tried to build a rocket?
Yes, he fucked off. Oh god, that was
no work, right?
Yeah, that was great.
YouGov found that age was directly connected to Americans' views on the shape of the world. 76% of adults aged 25 to 34 said they always believed the Earth is round, compared to 82% of ages 35 to 44, 85% of ages 45 to 54, and 94% of adults 55 and over.
Well, yeah, but those people are in the fucking... Well, yeah. So.
Well, no, the point is that those people didn't believe in the shape of the Earth.
Well, and
that they didn't want them to.
The flat Earth thing before the internet, there might have been some religious kooks, but the internet is, as we know, a medium for spreading ideas around, and formerly obscure things like Scientology, or Time Cube or fucking Flat Earth now have a much wider audience, and now people are getting into Flat Earth, and all you need is for people to tell you it's a conspiracy, and people will believe in it because people like to believe that
Well, no,
they are in
everybody loves
possession.
conspiracy.
Well, a lot of people like to
Well,
believe
you would
they're.
sit there and think that the older people are typically the most religious. They have
Oh
the
God, no,
Well, Jim,
no, no.
it's not just religious, Jim. I mean, this is hardcore religion, but we're talking about more conspiracy theories. People like to believe that they are the chosen. They are the ones who know, and you are the idiots because they can't deal with the fact that basically they're insignificant and they're going to
They
die.
feel that they're empowered, that they can believe in these things.
Yes, and that they know something you don't,
Yes.
which is part of what the flat Earth thing is. Aha, you think the Earth's round,
Ha ha! How
morons.
stupid are you?
Yeah, right. Whereas I'm just going.
And where have we been that before? Where have
Yes,
we
I know.
felt that sort of thing before? Right?
Every fucking day of my
Right?
life.
on everything.
So it's totally okay for us to understand where these people come from as far as their conspiracy theories and flat earth theories and blah 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 goes. I personally prefer to hear the actual what you call them, scientific theories of what happens, what is making this possible.
Well, I'll just call Stephen Hawking. Oh shit!
I know a couple people who are actually flat Earth, and they claim that the moon is a hologram.
Hey, Jim. Hawking died. Could you plug him back in and maybe press Control Alt Delete?
Gotcha.
Oh fuck!
That was my first joke whenever I heard Stephen Hawking died.
I
Did
wish
they
we
try
could.
rebooting him?
I wish we could.
Income seems to play a role in people's beliefs as well.
Oh
92%
my god. Okay, well, I have a story to tell. Okay, my brother is not the best person in the world, but he loves science. So he was all about Hawking and, doing all the advanced theories of science and so on and so forth. And I absolutely love that. But then, and this is the part that got me, he started talking about how hemp was viewed as a bad thing in the 1780s, and that's why they didn't farm it. And I was like, oh my god.
Wait, they did farm it extensively.
Yeah.
And this is when I knew my brother was a pothead.
Hem's bad. Hey, Jim, for science.
Yes, for science. Oh my god.
It's like trying to tell people, sitting there saying that Freud was any good. You know the fact that he was saying praises about cocaine? No, he didn't. Here's the
That's
letter.
what I'm saying. That my brother was sitting there praising the fact that Stephen Hawking was doing all this shit about science and so on and so forth. But at the same time, he was talking about shit from the 1700s about hemp.
It's always funny because most people who talk about Stephen Hawking and you listen to them, they actually have no idea what the fuck they're talking about.
Exactly.
The theory of the thing, it's like, you're just trying to sound smart now, aren't you?
I would love to say that my brother knew what the hell he was talking about. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck he was going on
See, the one
about.
thing about the internet is I could go on and watch a series of hour-long lectures given at some college about the things that are being talked about, so I can at least get some sort of grounding in what the hell's going on whenever someone says this crazy theory, and I could say, oh, yeah, you realize that they never discovered the graviton, right?
You know what the other best part of the internet is, Jim? I could piss away my days watching episodes of the Venture Brothers. That's what I've done all fucking day.
I have a counterpoint here. I'm an autodidact. I learn shit on my own.
Yeah,
I literally teach myself what I need to know.
Yeah.
Yes?
They never understood that at school. I mean, they literally never understood me at school.
No.
So
I got that at school. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, so yeah. I've always been that way.
We had a substitute teacher, and these two guys decided to have a fucking political debate, and the thing just completely degenerated into a giant shouting match, which disturbed my nap. So I went up to the board, drew a giant anarchy symbol, and said, This is anarchy. If you have some constructed way to do this, I could get back to napping. It would be great.
No, we had a substitute teacher
And they
who
didn't understand the concept that they had devolved from a polite debate into complete anarchy shouting matches.
we had a substitute teacher, and he was like this. He was I liked him, and the reason I liked him, he was this really nice guy until he had something to say, and then he'd say something loudly, and it was the last word. Like, so as with you, Jim,
So
two
mean.
people were
Yes.
having a debate. I don't remember what the actual thing is, and this guy was just listening to him. All of a sudden, he stands up. Here's why you're both wrong, and that was the end of it. That was just like, and because he actually made sense what he said, but it was like, oh shit. It's like I've spent the last 35 minutes listening to you bitch and moan about here's why you're both wrong.
Oh, that's what I meant about respecting authority. When
Well-
you're in high school, okay, you are expected to understand that you are there to get knowledge, and if you don't go there to get knowledge, then you're what the fuck?
Here's how much I
right?
respected authority. I once greeted my teacher with, "You're a miserable son of a bitch, aren't you?" They were like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, you're a miserable son of a bitch." And so I only respected authority that was cool. It's like that one guy. He was really nice, and he would let people debate and stuff. And then when he heard too much idiocy, he'd just explode. It was like, yeah, okay.
We're talking high school kids. It's the
Yeah, high school,
It's
definitely.
because they know everything about everything.
No, at that time, yes, absolutely.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like I said, he got two headstrong kids to shut up and admit they were both wrong. That's how good he was, and he just explained it, and literally they were both like, "Oh shit, he's right," and I was like, "Yeah, okay, you have my eternal gratitude."
92% of adults making over $80,000 believe the Earth is round, compared to only 79% of adults making under 40,000.
I make 0, and I think the Earth is cube shaped, but not really.
I wish it was cube shaped. That would be great.
God, I wonder. I wish that were true because I've heard so much more that people who are educated are much less likely to have like tons of children. Like 19 kids and counting.
Well, then I must be super educated. But people who are educated
Well,
stupid.
Elliot, let me put it this to you, okay? I had 2 kids. I wanted to have 2 kids. I got sterilized because I was actually able to do so. But I'll tell you what, when I was about 19, if somebody had let me do so, I would have got my ass sterilized. I would have
I'm not
absolutely.
gonna get sterile. I mean, I'm not saying I'll never want kids. It's just that kids
that's
aren't.
fine. I advocate for sterilization. I don't think that it is as available as it should be.
Yeah, but I'm not saying I'm anti. I make anti-kid jokes, but if I have kids, then fucking look out, world, because there are gonna be mini me's out there fucking
Oh God, no!
wreaking havoc. Jim,
Elliot,
Flat
mini
earthers
versions.
beware.
Elliot, I hope that you never have kids.
It's probably gonna happen.
I hope that you never do.
Why not? I mean, I think the world needs more me's.
Well, because I'm cursing you, so.
Oh, so you're basically me saying because you hope I'll never have kids, I'll have like 10 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hate you then. But just think of it, guys. Little mini me's.
Hey, I got myself off at 2.
Sighted me's.
Oh, well.
Going to gnaw off people's arms.
Well, maybe so much more than 4 or 6, but maybe 10.
No, I'd probably just about 2 or 3 of, but it's still sighted versions of sighted little me's.
Oh God,
Well,
yes.
a good way to avoid that.
What?
Sex robots are being made to replace men and women by 2025.
Nah, I like Josephine. She's cool. Besides, she's as evil as I am. So if you don't get me, you get her, who's like presentable and nice and shit, and then we'll eat your arm off.
Wait, okay. My primary argument against robots is that if I touch Jim, he flinches.
Oh,
I particularly, I enjoy that.
My problem with robots is actually quite simple. I like conversational sex.
It's not so much conversation is that when I laugh at somebody during sex, I feel like I'm being bad because I'm laughing at them and they should feel bad for that. But at the same time, it's like, dude, I'm just enjoying myself.
But I mean, for me, it's like I want to get to know the person first and like get a brain boner, so to speak. And I can't do that with robots unless they're fucking super intelligent and they talk about how they want to kill humans.
Oh God, yes, we need absolute serious.
You see, she picks on me, and I just have my way with her. So there, It's
and
like,
you both will die.
I laugh at Jim all the time.
And you both will die in fire. How does that make you feel?
Can I choose not fire?
All right, fine.
Wait, can I choose suicide? Because I would prefer that.
As long as it's dramatic.
No, I can do that. I'm a writer. Come on.
Okay, if it's dramatic, then suicide. Oh, you have to film it though.
Right now, we're all living in what may be the most sexually progressive era in all of human history.
Jim, sing it. Fucking an animal. Drinking 50 beers. Fucking an animal. Blowing 50 steers.
The preferences and rights of all people are in open discussion in most developed countries around the world. But will the next big debate be over the idea of sex robots?
I am a colossal pervert. There are no limits to my sexual deprivation. Animal, vegetable, or mineral, do anything to anything.
I think you mean perversion.
I think it was deprivation. It's a quote from Black Adam.
No. Still.
But he already said I'm a colossal pervert. Oh, I'm sorry. No form of sexual depravity is too much for me.
Oh, no, we're already seeing a shit ton of articles about people with children making robots, etc., pedophiles, blah, 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 blah.
I mean, I just don't think sex robots would be that exciting for me.
No, but the point is that these things might tinge the public opinion.
Granted, most girls in my school are fucking robots, but hey.
As they venture more and more towards artificially intelligent life and become more prevalent in society, many people are questioning if this is a path of human sexuality needs to go down.
The only way I would accept it is you could choose your own robot. Okay, I want a super intelligent robot with homicidal urges, but can actually feel love. Okay, tell me, robot, how would you kill that one person? I would stab them 49 times and keep going. Keep going.
Can I make an observation here?
Yes.
Regarding fetishes and the particular ways that people like to be portrayed, there is going to be a significant large amount of fetishes that people need to actually have their balls tickled, if you will, and there's going to be a lot of reasons and ways and things that we need to fill in that way.
We could just kill everyone violently.
No.
Hermaphrodite sex robots, I understand.
I don't have a problem with people being free. I don't have a problem with people being free about sex robots. Honest to God, I mean, like, I'm curious.
Well, I don't have a problem with it. My problem is people being alive, but...
No, my problem is that people seem to expect things that they cannot get.
Well, that's human nature.
And so, what do we expect? Abject failure. Yes?
One of the biggest arguments for sex robots is that they could promote sexual freedom.
I mean,
Oh God, yes. Oh, why would we ever do that?
personally, what I was gonna say really quick is I expected abject failure, and I've actually got much more than I ever expected. So
I'll tell you what. One of the things that I've ever done as a feminist has been absolutely to promote sexual whatever the fuck you want to do, just go do it. God damn, leave me the fuck alone.
I want to go screw a woodchuck.
Go ahead.
Okay, what the fuck's a wood? I don't even know what a woodchuck is.
That's not my deal.
What the fuck is
As
a
a
woodchuck?
As a non-human sex object, it would be easier to sexually experiment with a sex robot
Oh, of course.
because it would not have the same opinions or holdups as a real person. So the human engaging in sex with one of these robots would have more freedom to experiment.
But I like,
And
but I like
that is-
holdups, and I like convincing the person that maybe we should do this, and the person goes, "Well, why?" And I'm like, "Because it's something you've never done before," and she's
Oh.
like, "But why do you want to fuck on the corpse that you just had me killed?" And I'm like, "Because it's something we've never done before."
Do you know what my biggest problem is? My biggest problem is explaining to a dude that I just had sex with why I'm laughing.
I like it when people laugh. I mean,
No. I'm not trying to be mean.
no. I find
Well, I
porn.
know this, but I'm just having fun.
I'm just saying.
I find porn absolutely hilarious. Right?
Oh God, yes.
I have actually listened to porn scenes, and all I could think of was not "this is hot." All I could think of is, I think I've just died because I'm laughing so hard. It is fucking hilarious.
So stupid. It's so stupid. It doesn't match with
You know what?
should actually happen. Yes.
Guys, if you want a laugh riot, watch a porn thing and then have someone commentate the scene like a golf tournament. Okay, he's lubricating the cock right now. Okay, he's just about to stick it. It'll just make you fucking die. Okay, he's.
Of course, there are lots of people who have objections to the idea of sex robots. One of the main questions brought up is the mere idea of sex robots degrading to women.
I just don't give a shit. I mean, if you want to fuck a robot, go fuck a robot. I mean, a lot of these. See, I always thought sex robots were for people who can't get girls.
I will say 100%. If a girl wants you to have sex with her, she will go want you to have sex with her. She will try to make you do so. She will go to a place where you can have sex with her.
Oddly enough, that's never happened to.
Well, you get what I'm saying.
I'm gonna slit my own throat now. Oh, he killed himself. No, I know what you're saying.
This girl will go to a bar where she knows she can get sexed. So
yes, but people are stupid.
Well, of course they are, but Jim?
Yeah. What?
Continue.
Go.
The people asking this question are usually doing so because of belief that the rise of sex dolls and robots contributes to an idea that women are merely sex objects.
Oh, for God's sake.
But you see, the thing is, you're having sex with the object. Here it goes. Why would you have sex with the person? So you can just treat the person like a person that you don't.
Most people who are going to have sex robots are anarchists. Most people who are going to have sex robots are anarchists, okay? Let's put it that way. They have no chance of scoring at all. I could actually if I cared, but I'm in a long-distance relationship and don't feel the need to.
They're just basically fulfilling a need, fulfilling a relationship need that somebody who cannot actually interact with humanity does.
See, that's what I said. But they said that designing 12-foot tall robots with chainsaws, lawnmower blades, and that breathe fire was a crime against humanity.
Well, we don't need those.
Yes, they're fulfilling a need for mad scientists.
No, we need alien invasion first.
I like your idea. See, there's just one of the many voices I can do. If you'll give me a shot at your voice acting, what Jim was supposed to be doing, fucking things with Pathfinder where I'm supposed to do the voices, but that was announced about 3 years ago.
We're looking for reasonable ideas here, not.
I love busting Jim's ass for things.
Of course, of course.
It's
Jim, what
Another-
are we doing now? Jim?
Another objection to sex dolls is that they create unrealistic,
Oh, God.
unattainable physical standards that real women cannot live up to.
But not everyone wants. Some people like 500-pound fucking obese, so build 500-pound sex dolls.
Is literally what I was talking about fetishes.
I will admit, although I've never gone that big, other than Joe's, I like big. I've always liked big.
Well, some people have specific fetishes that they do not know what they like until they get there.
And
And
wait.
some people don't like fetishes until they get to the point where they actually experience it.
It'll create unrealistic standards of beauty, sort of like how we have now. I mean,
oh God,
nothing
yes.
will change. I mean, I'm glad that I've had friends who were on, diets who were already skinny in order to look like, and I've told them, look, be happy with who you are.
There's nothing wrong with being skinny. No.
But there's nothing wrong with being.
No.
As long as you're healthy.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being skinny. But
no,
if you're
but
chubby,
I'm saying they wanted to be fucking twigs because that was the new look, and I've told them, look,
God.
Here's some pound cake. Have fun. No, but seriously, I've always said be yourself.
Some people prefer the chubby lady, and some people prefer the extreme obese lady, and some people prefer lots of other things.
Jim, I think I've told you how big Judy was when we first started dating. She was 5'1" and weighed like 300 pounds.
Well, let's not shame her.
No, well, I shame her for other things, like the fact that she's fucking batshit insane, and she has actually lost a lot of weight. I'm just saying.
No, don't shame her for that. She has issues. That's fine. Leave her be.
No, that's not.
She's out of the conversation. You had a fantasy or a fetish that was.
Let me finish my thing. Well, but I'm just saying she has lost a lot of weight and things are good for her. And she never wanted, but the thing is, I never judged her for the weight. We met because she was cool. I mean,
No, I can tell you this much, Elliot. She probably doesn't want you to bring up her old weight.
Actually, she doesn't give a shit. She brings it up all the time herself. But besides, she was on this show before you were. Yes, there was a time on the show before you.
Well, I don't even know how much I weigh right now.
Besides, she sort of fucked me over by trying to. Anyway, but the thing is,
don't hate on people. That's all I'm saying. Don't hate on people.
I sort of have to.
No.
But the thing is here is so be yourself and it won't create unrealistic standards of beauty because if you don't like someone who's you just go have sex with a robot who has that look.
No.
Nobody's going to go, I don't look as good as the robot, I should start slimming.
Here's my advice, okay? Look for what you want. If it is literally nothing that you want, if it's something that you cannot abide by, then drop it. Keep looking for something you want. I tell you what, when I started looking for Jim, I wasn't looking for anything in particular. And then Jim showed up, and oh God, Jim actually made the grade. Jim made everything.
I wasn't even looking for Joe. So I was actually just looking. I joined like a dating group just for the hell of it, just to answer questions.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And then she comes over.
What you're looking for?
Exactly. And then she comes over and we start talking because I don't really have a body type. I like big. I like skinny. Whatever.
Yeah.
And she made me think. Like that she actually made me think and made me go, wait a minute. And then she told me about her past.
Personality shines.
What?
Personality shines.
Yeah, and she made me think, and that's why I fell for her because she was, really smart person, had a tragic past, but isn't letting it rule her.
Oh heck no!
And she's just amazing, and that's why we.
That's one of the things that makes you
And
see people past what they see
she wants to
online,
murder me.
picture-wise. Yes. Oh well. Gosh. Well, I don't know who wants to murder you.
Right now, the current front edge of the sex doll market is led by a company called Real Doll. These dolls were invented by Matt McCall and are made just outside of San Diego, California.
I want
Ah,
a real doll.
it's about
I want a
150.
real doll.
That's a decent drive from my house, but you can make it to San Diego in a day. I like San
I do
Diego.
want one. I want a real doll.
I want to go back to San Diego.
I just want a real doll.
They boast to be the first dolls with a completely accurate full human skeleton and are made entirely of silicone.
Mm-hmm.
See, I want that doll, but not for any sex reason. I want to make a horror movie based on it where the doll fucking
Oh yes,
gets
yes. I know what you
evil
mean.
powers, because I like horror.
Yes, yes. Very cool.
I don't have anything against sex doll trade, whatever. I mean, it's not my thing, but if you'd rather fuck a doll than deal with humanity, then whatever. Have fun.
All right, well,
Leave me the fuck out of it.
This may sound pretty good, but the price tag for such a high functioning sex doll is no joke. The minimum you could get a real doll for is $5,000, which for an inanimate object seems pretty steep until you consider you could use it a lot.
I could do so much with $5,000.
The damn thing.
If
So
I had
come on.
$5,000, I'd be in a soundproof studio with a professional microphone.
No.
I would have fired Jim. Not for any reason. I mean, I'd hire him back, but Jim, you're fired.
If you are still interested in purchasing one, you may be happy to know that there are male and transsexual dolls out there as well.
Oh, well, hell. Oh, God, you guys know me. I am not going to be ever doing that kind of shit because, oh, my God.
I'll never do any of that shit, basically because I like human interaction. See, that's the thing. Everyone thinks I'm so non-social, or whatever. I like human interaction. I love you. If it's worth anything, I just don't like stupid human interaction. But get someone like Jim or Jose or you, and we can go all day.
My problem isn't so much about just general human interaction as I don't fucking like robots. So, Jim?
If you know what, they need to make robots like Bender, because I think I would be best friends.
I fucking hate robots. So, I mean, I literally have a phobia about robots. So no,
Jim,
no.
Bender would be our best friend. Bender would be our best friend, I think, right, Jim? Let's go burn down another church.
When asked when he thinks his dolls or future sex robots will ever actually replace human sex, McMullen was rather skeptical, saying that it was a supplement rather than a substitute. However, he does say that there are people who either can't or won't have a real human relationship, and those people he expects to keep buying sex dolls.
Yes, there's people with weird ass anxiety problems, and people who are just anarchist, and people who are repulsive.
Oh, I might admit that I might buy one just to be, curious, but then I'd be like, oh God, why?
I would buy a robot, not a sex robot, but then I would program with the ultra sociopathic personality, and it would be like Bender, like I said, and it'd be like, let's go burn down a store. Okay.
Not surprisingly, there is a campaign to stop the rise of robot sex from happening.
Stop the robot. Stop the robot. Stop
like with
the
any
robot.
major change in sexual experimentation, there are people who really, really do not want to see this change become mainstream. Some people think this is overreacting, but the naysayers might have a point. Do they? Dr. Kathleen Richardson is a prominent U.S.-based robot ethicist and one of the people speaking out against sex robots.
Read that again, please, about Kathleen Richardson. She's a what?
Prominent
robot ethicist.
In the future, there will be robots.
In her own words, this is because we think that the creation of such robots will contribute to detrimental relationships between men and women, adults and children, men, and women.
Oh, for God's
Cited
sake.
examples. Why do you think it'll be detrimental relationship?
It's a
Oh,
Isaac Asimov.
all right, honey. Well, I'm tired of fucking you. I'm gonna go fuck the robot.
It's a rule number one, and so on and so forth. Oh, God.
Because there aren't detrimental relationships anyway. I mean, we live in an era where people are scum and should be killed violently.
The possible rise of sex robots is starting to get more and more coverage in both the scientific AI community and the general media. As robotics develop, the question of the ethics behind sex dolls becomes more and more pressing question. But for right now, it is still a debate because no AI sex bots have been created yet.
Well, that's a shame. I want super intelligent sex robots that will tell me how they're going to murder humanity, because that's hot.
Like with most large-scale debates, only time will tell what the right answer is. There will be no right answer.
The right
I'm just telling you
answer.
that right now.
No, Jim, there is a right answer. Kill everyone.
The sex robots will almost certainly exist, and within the next 10 years, but it will not be until years after their creation we can actually tell what their impact on human interaction will be.
Well,
Nothing.
okay. Personally, I feel like this might actually be a good thing because it will distinguish that what people want sexually will be made into various categories and such, able to put forth to robot slaves.
I just don't think anything will happen. I mean, they'll have their sex robots and whatever. They'll do that rather than. Actually, I think I know what's going to happen. The pimp market will fucking go south.
Oh yes, absolutely.
But whatever. I don't really have any.
I don't want a robot slave. That's not my point. The point is, though, is that if we are actually able to continue all that we've done with everything that we've done,
I still vote for slaughter humanity.
Yeah, then we're going to put forth a variety of slaves that can just do everything with every single fucking fetish that has ever been conceived. Because god damn, it's the internet, right?
Yes, it is the internet.
Why can't we?
Because God in Time Cube.
Mm.
Mm.
And it'll just, defray all the prejudice against robots and so on and so forth because,
watch. Once robots have fucking super intelligence, there'll be an anti-robot defamation league.
Well, maybe, but I mean that'll be a thing that happens after.
Society for the Advancement of Robot People.
All right. On gaming, athletes, and individual glory.
What?
I know, he was just listening to the damn engine. On gaming, athletes, and individual glory.
Jesus fucking Christ, really?
Mm-hmm. The core argument in my book is that video games are an actualized meritocracy, a realm in which the values of hard work and skill have been pushed to their extremes, and the result is a toxic community that focuses more on the celebration of individual glory than the good of the collective.
But first of all, I'm sorry. Jim plays a lot of gaming and he does a lot of work. He is not an athlete. Gaming is not a sport.
No. This person is basically comparing watching a video game, playing a video game is essentially the same as playing a fucking video game or reading a novel.
Well, he's saying the individual. Well, yeah. I mean, it's like
Okay.
motorsport. You win a race. It's your day to shine. No one,
Oh
no one
no,
thinks it's bad form because, you're fucking. You're supposed to be the greater good. It's like what the. Okay, first of all, what is a community? What is the gaming community?
when you read a chapter of a video game, you're only reading part of the story.
But what is the? I mean,
Like Gears of War 1 and 2.
why do you need a gaming community? Why can't you just do your thing?
No, no, no. Video games are supposed to encourage that sort of thing. But when you get to the point where you complete the video game,
I mean, I played Fallout New
and this is
Vegas.
where, well, no, this is where Jim comes in fact. Jim, what were you saying?
Meritocracy is tricky. For those of us in the West, it feels ahistorical, even though it was a relatively recent invention. It seems
Meritocracy is not tricky. It is the way everything should be.
what?
Uh,
It's
uh.
not a recent invention.
No, it's absolutely historical. So, keep reading.
It seems like the best approach, the only way to do things, even though the writer that popularized the word regretted its mass adoption, and despite the fact that the animating action of the book it was featured in was about the masses rising up to violently overthrow a meritocratic order.
Oh, yes. It's just politics. That's all fantasy.
But we know what meritocracy is. You do good, you get stuff.
Oh, yes.
This guy says we have to do it for the good of the collective instead of just doing whatever you want for the good of
For the
yourself.
hive mind.
Care about. For the hive mind, for everyone around you, even people you hate.
Fuck them. Look, I played Fallout New Vegas. And I've read people play Fallout New Vegas, and they're all boring and lame because they weren't evil. And they talk about how horrible Cook was, and it's like, Cook's awesome. He rapes things and he burns them.
He was awful, though.
Choice Strange, man. Choice Strange.
Choice Strange. They got some choice. I mean, come on.
No, Elliot, you have to understand both points. Okay.
Yes, but the first point's really boring.
Well, no, it's not that you don't understand where Cook puts from. Yes. The point is that you don't understand why people are hateful of him.
I understand perfectly. I mean, he
Well,
did some
then you
vile
need
things.
to stop acting like that.
Well, I just think it's awesome. That's
I'm
all.
just saying, you need to stop acting like that. You need to stop acting like why people should be hateful of you. Come on.
People should be hateful of me. I mean,
Yeah, what
I'm a
I'm
hateful
saying.
person.
The most fucking patriotic I felt in ages was whenever Elliot read the hate mail to us saying that we were everything that's wrong with society. I actually felt like an
yes.
American.
Yes, not what was it? Not only that, or do they not like the show, but they think we're everything that's wrong with society as a whole.
Yes.
That just made me proud to be an American right then and
Would
there.
That made me proud to be a Canadian and American in every other country.
I was just being patriotic. Shut up.
I'll tell you what, my personal favorite is when I'm writing, I personally enjoy acting like Jericho. You know Jericho.
The Halloween album, Walls of Jericho?
That's no, Jericho.
Oh, we blew him up. We blew him up instead of...
Oh, no. Jericho is just fucking awesome. He's
that guy. The guy who...
Oh, wait, he did survive. That's right. We had him with us when we blew up the place.
Yes, and he literally just like, I'm going to go look around and see what's left. Of my home. After you blew it up. I don't even care anymore.
My personal favorite is Jericho, so I read a lot of Jericho in my writing on fanfiction. I like
it says a lot that the first thing I thought when you said Jericho was the Halloween album.
Oh.
Video games, through their design and narratives, make the abstract notion of meritocracy complete.
Oh, do they?
Abstract notion, really?
Really?
I'm a race fan, and in racing, if you don't do well, you're considered a crap driver. If you do well, you're considered a good driver.
Well, heck. Right now, I'm writing a ARC fanfiction. There is literally nothing I have to go on. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Eat babies.
Well, I might.
They are a space where difficulty is celebrated, with lists of the hardest games appearing again and again and again. What's wrong with that?
I like that. I mean, sometimes they get like curses on the text adventure thing is a bitch to complete. I've never actually completed it, but it's fun as hell. Vericella on text adventures is it's not hard to complete, but there's a strict ass time limit. So basically, if you want to actually do something, what you do is you save it, and then you can go off and fuck about, and then restore it. And I mean, once you remember to save, it's easy to do. But before that, it's like, oh shit.
What Jim is talking about is the pre-app system.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about text adventures from the fucking 80s.
Oh, yes, of course. But the point is that Jim is talking about things that happened in books before the 80s.
Well, we're talking about game. Well, keep reading, Jim.
Wait, what are you talking about? Things that happened in books in the 80s?
You're talking about the Change Your Own Adventure?
No,
this is video game.
No, text adventures are you play on the computer.
It's technical. Elliot, not Jim. Elliot's talking about text adventures, which yes, those spurred up from the 80s on because that's what you had for internet.
Well, and those were basically. I remember reading those in my local library when I was about 5
not choose your own adventure stories. These are things you play on the computer. They're basically games with puzzles in them, but like
also it's stuff that was written in BASIC and shit for you actually bought discs for the thing.
There's
they'd install on the computer and you would.
You're in a dark room. There's a thing on the ground. You type pick up whatever thing that's basically
like the Legend of Zord.
Yeah, yes. That sort of thing. So that's what I mean when I talk about because that's my experience is not necessarily with games.
He needs a screen reader to read this shit, so the screen reader's not going to read a picture. So, but
Jim's not. But there's related to video games in the way that it's the same thing where I like a challenge. I don't want something easy.
Exactly. I mean, fuck you. You told me to do some of the most suicidal things in Fallout, and I'm the one that has to deal with your idiocy.
Well, you know what the nice thing I like about apps on the App Store as far as Google Play goes, a lot of them are very, very, very fucking easy.
Well, I mean,
a lot of them seem to be approaching PC standards. It's very, very interesting how it does that.
Yeah, PC standards graphically, sounds, and all that, but does it fulfill the need to have a challenge to overcome?
The only time I'll look at a walkthrough is if there's a thing with a lot of directions and you have to reverse directions, and because it's kind of hard to remember, east, north, south, southwest, and you have to reverse the directions completely. That's the only time I'll look through walkthroughs. Like, okay, then you go north because it's hard to remember.
According to this article so far, they're trying to say that Mega Man is evil because it is hard. And we celebrate the good players of Mega Man. Us doing that, saying, you being good at a game is evil.
Oh, of course.
Evil.
Oh, yes.
A challenge is supposed to be the point, as overcoming a truly hard game is a measure of players' talent and effort. But focusing on these meritocratic elements makes the community around games limited, exclusive, and defined by a tendency to compete and work against opponents rather than to work with others.
I don't play video game. I don't play video games or text adventures to meet other people and hug them. I play them because I'm bored and need to kill a few hours. So here I'm gonna play a corrupt diplomat and drive a remote control car off
Okay.
off the thing and kill someone.
But wouldn't that mean that the point of you playing a video game would be that you want to best everybody else?
I don't give a shit about everyone else. I just want to play for fun. I
Exactly.
don't know what everyone else is doing because I don't know anyone who plays text adventures. I play like Fallout New Vegas, which by the way, Jim, can you believe it's been a year since we started playing that? I shit you not, it was this weekend. It was this weekend last year where we spent 9 hours setting it up.
And then when we finally got it going, it was like, oh my god,
No. When we finally got it going, it was like 11 my time, and I'd been up for a long time, so I was like, I'm gonna have to go to bed soon, but we could play for 20 minutes. 6 hours later, oh my god.
Oh my god, what did I just do?
I remember that. When I had no children, I remember playing that game. Oh my god, hours on end. Oh my gosh. Just like always and forever, I was playing Fallout New Vegas. Oof.
I miss that game.
I know, right?
Meritocracy shows up in other places as well. One of the most prominent areas is in sports. However, in the case of sports, the language of meritocracy is often recast with other elements like luck, serendipity, and rules that are designed to do something other than find the best athlete or team.
Serendipity.
Well, sports doesn't really count. I mean, racing is more so, and even that could be a team sport, but sports doesn't count because it's not one person, it's a team. I mean, racing's the closest, and even then there's pit crews and things like that, but yeah, the luck does play a part. I mean, I've seen, great races
luck even
come to
plays a part in fucking video games. God, what do you think a random number generator is?
Yeah, I hate those.
I'd like to say that serendipity was something that I remember being a point of my life way back when, and now the books that were written by this person based on serendipity are like worth $200.
Yay, $200.
Way.
Jim, continue.
Oh my god.
In the case of the 2018 Winter Olympics, we had the return of the shirtless Tongan and a celebration at the end of the 15-kilometer cross-country skiing race, where the Mexican skier who finished last stopped near the end of the race to pick up a Mexican flag and was hailed by his fellow competitors.
And I called him. I mean, okay, it's great that but doesn't that sort of make him loser?
Yeah, he was the loser, but he did that because he was the loser. There was nothing to lose by spending the time to show a bit of patriotism at that point.
Yeah, but the point is he didn't win the race. He
True.
finished last. So, fuck him. If he Hey, it's funny, people are like, but he's the underdog because he doesn't have any skiing experience. Like, I don't give a shit if he had skiing experience and he finished last. Why do I care? I mean, what you know what? There's a race tomorrow in Phoenix, IndyCar race. Do you think anyone's going to give a shit about the guy who finished last unless he crashes out on the first lap?
However, the most polarizing athlete may have been Elizabeth Swine, who competed in the women's halfpipe and did no tricks in a sport designed to showcase eye-catching acrobatics.
See, I would do that, but I'd flip off the camera first, be like, fuck you, I'm not doing no trick.
Sweeney, who was born in the United States and originally competed for Venezuela before switching her allegiance to Hungary, was described as an affront to the notion that the Olympics are about elite athletes performing at the height of their powers.
Well, yeah, you got up there and didn't do any tricks. What the hell's the point then? It would be like if I got in a race car and just sort of tooled around the track for a couple laps and pulled it. Oh, I know people who actually do that.
My concern is that she switched from Venezuela to Hungary. That is like seriously a long way to go.
Well, I mean, we don't know where she actually lives.
Eh,
She was presented as a schemer, a jerk. Had to
There's a
defend herself
long
against
fucking way to go.
accusations that she scammed her way into the Olympics, and was the
Mm.
feature of multiple articles articulating how she had managed to qualify for the competition. In the end, Swaney argued that she could do tricks while water skiing, but had yet to learn them on snow, and stressed how she always tried her best.
Then why are you in the fucking still thing? Get
Elliot.
out. Go do something
Elliot.
else.
Go do the
Elliot.
water skiing.
Elliot,
What?
you do know where Hungary is versus
That's
South
not
America,
the point.
right?
That's not the. 'Cause
No, that is the point. Come on.
This is just because she's under the we don't know she actually lives in Hungary. For all I know,
It
she could
doesn't
be.
matter. It matters that you know where it is. You have to put the effort forth. Come
that
on.
Doesn't matter at all.
He's
People
blind.
Yes.
What, Jim?
Appearances always matter. Okay?
He
I
doesn't
mean-
comprehend what an appearance is.
Oh.
Of course, I comprehend what an appearance is, but if I was born in Latvia, I'd still want to do my best.
If I was
No, you
born in
don't.
Latvia, I would absolutely play up the Polish and so on people who are actually fucking putting out their
I
shit
mean-
among me. So,
Because I don't give a shit about countries or whatever. If I'm representing Hungary, I'm going to make Hungary the best damn country in the world.
I love this line. Notably, the stories about male athletes are celebrations, while Sweeney's motives are questioned. Well, did
Wait. Okay, stop. Let's. Danica Patrick is a role model to aspire to for future women drivers. The best
no.
women in the sport. No top fives in about 7, 8 top tens in over 200 starts, I think.
No,
200,
why
yeah.
why should I aspire to her? Hmm?
Because she's done more than any female in NASCAR did, despite the fact that she was in a car that was a front running car that could win races, and she had no top fives. So yeah, what the hell are you talking about? Women filled with all they did was
Look, okay, first of all, I don't care about NASCAR. Second of all, I don't like Danica Patrick.
well, I don't either. That's what I'm saying. Is people he said that the male stories are full of celebration. It's like all they do is celebrate this woman.
Mm-hmm. Totally get that.
They're trying to make us pity this bitch that did absolutely nothing, for the fact that she did absolutely nothing, and people are questioning her for doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no, not gonna happen.
If you did nothing, I'm going to call you.
Danamund, I'm going to say it again. You are the world's best astrophysicist.
What? What?
You're the world's best astrophysicist.
No, I'm not.
That's
Yes,
what
you
they're
are.
doing with this article. Every time that they try to do this, they're trying to call you the world's best astrophysicist. Or
No,
the
I
world's
think
best, mathematician.
I think they're just trying to make me a oh, how do you put it?
You can't be a good porn author because, that's
No, an
boring.
example. They're trying to make me a good example.
Well, I
But
mean,
no.
what they're basically saying is,
No.
but it's like, okay, look, yes, that's the Olympics were founded by amateur athletes doing, but even the amateur athletes weren't that bad. Even the amateur athletes weren't, I'm
Yeah.
going to finish last, yay,
Yeah.
or I'm not going to do any tricks.
That's
Those
pretty
guys
much
did
what
their
they're
best
saying.
they
We
can.
should be, they're essentially saying we should celebrate people who fail at everything.
Okay, you know what? I agree, Jim. I'm going to
Now,
start
the
I'm going
Olympics-
to start the first church of fucking, I don't know, Mason.
The Olympics are all about the people who can do the best they can, and that's fine. If people
I
want
get
to
what they're
do
saying.
the best they can and the respect that they're doing the best
I
feminist
get what they're
shit that they
saying.
can, then that's fine.
I get what they're saying. What they're saying is, why is this guy who finished last being celebrated, where this girl who didn't do any tricks on the half pipe is being pilloried? I get what they're
No,
saying.
no, no.
I get that.
I don't get
I'm
that.
saying
No.
that he shouldn't have been
Well,
celebrated.
what don't you get, Danamund?
Why is a male being put forth over a female when a female might have been better, or vice versa? What the fuck?
That's not what they're saying, though.
They're saying that we should celebrate the woman who did nothing because
Oh,
we
God's sake,
celebrated
no.
a man who lost.
Oh, God's sake, no. No.
But
She didn't even carry her nation's homeland flag while she did no tricks. That might have been something.
But I'm just
That would have been a
My
stunt.
my point here is that it doesn't matter whether you're male or female. You did what you did, and that was okay.
But Jim, isn't that sort of a slap in the
Okay,
face
you
to
press
Mexico?
you press the start button on a video game and you automatically win.
No. You
But-
press the start button on a video game and it gives you the option to restart.
Jim,
No, you press the start button on a video game and then you automatically win. Do you want a
No.
video game like that? No. Would you buy a video game where that's what happened? Because that's what they're trying to sell
Hell
you.
no. Hell no.
That's what they're trying to sell you. That's the
Jim.
whole
No.
point of this.
isn't that
I-
sort of
I-
a slap in the face to Mexico,
sexist.
though?
It is sexist to press the start button and actually have to do something on a video game as opposed to automatically being celebrated.
Well, see, I mean, I do get what they're saying, but Jim, isn't that sort of like pissing on Mexico? Like, hey, look, the guy grabbed the flag to show that Mexico loses. You know, that's like, but wouldn't it have looked better if the winner grabbed the flag?
Elliot. Let me explain something here. Okay. I don't have a problem replaying Final Fantasy VII like repeatedly. Like really, really constantly, repeatedly. Like I could play that game fucking forever for the rest of my life and it would not matter. Yes?
Yeah. Okay.
I love Final Fantasy VII. But what Jim is saying is that when you get to a point where everything seems to be laid out for you, that things are made.
No, I get what he's saying. I'm looking at a different angle here because Jim already has that angle. I'm saying that what they're saying is because the man was celebrated for losing, the woman
Well, it has nothing to do with a man. It has to do with the character.
Shouldn't be.
They're trying to turn this into a sex thing, and it's not.
No,
it's about
it's nothing about man or female. It has everything to do with just the person. 100%
But they're turning it into
or
the
female.
Well, see, I think it should
they're
be.
turning it into a gendered situation whenever
Yeah.
it's literally two separate things. This person realized they lost and just decided to do a publicity stunt, which
Although
actually succeeded. And then, this other person did absolutely nothing and not even try to pull a publicity stunt. And people are like, how the fuck did you even get in here if you...
Well, I still think that
anything?
Mexican guy shouldn't have been allowed on the Olympics, but
No, I gotta say, I might have actually liked Final Fantasy VII with the beginning tutorial if Barrett had not been a guy. I mean, like, oh, that guy.
I don't know. I've never played any of it.
That guy. That
Just
guy,
remember
though.
Miss Boobs. You met her shortly after you blew
I like Tifa, but Barrett, oh my god.
I mean, the only thing I know about Final Fantasy is a power metal band covered one of the theme songs.
Oh, okay, let's put it this way. Barrett's only actual attraction is the fact that he has better pecs than Tifa does. So
No, the thing that makes Barrett attractive is the fact that he has a gun for a fucking arm. Literally, half his arm is cut off. It was ripped off by bullet fire. And he said, you know what? I'm going to replace my hand with a fucking submachine gun that can nuke people with a fucking bazooka. I mean,
do like
could you
that.
imagine? You could go ahead and flip someone off. He flipped someone off by just launching a rocket at him. Oops, sorry, that was my middle finger. Ha ha ha.
I do like
Then he
Barrett.
calls down death with a fucking orbital satellite just raining lasers down on everything.
Yep, that's pretty much Barrett.
It's like, you motherfucker, what you looking at? I'll show you what you're looking at. Death.
Oh
Death
God, Bob,
you
I
look
see. Oh,
God, I swear it was awesome.
I don't know. I've never played.
well, those games are very, very particular about how you pertain to character development. So,
What is fascinating about her story is how focused she was on getting into the Olympics.
Why were
No,
you
that's
focused on
not.
getting onto?
Because I tried my hardest to be accepted into normal society, and it rejected me still.
Good.
And I realized that shouldn't have been my goal all along. I should have just tried being myself. And
But why were you trying to get into an event that you knew you couldn't do?
oh hey,
That's a bigger question.
It's. I mean. Okay. There are people who get into. So I don't know how shit goes with the Olympics. Okay, I know how things go with like NASCAR or whatever. NASCAR will not let you go to Daytona with a car. You have to prove yourself that you can handle your shit at Daytona by racing in an ARCA race or some of the other, and have some experience on shorter tracks as well. So you can't just go into, here I have some money, give me a car. I mean, it's not.
well,
So
no, you can't expect any of that. Okay, here's my problem. If I have a child who wants to do something that should be considered an Olympic capacity, then fuck am I supposed to expect?
I mean, I'm just because, and they do have some things like minimum speeds you have to do. So
yeah.
they won't just let you onto the track if you have
No, and you have to set up the whole "what the fuck am I doing here?"
even the jokes that we make fun of because they just had a lot of money had the right license to at least not kill themselves on the track. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the qualifications are to get into the Olympics, but maybe they should be stricter.
Need to respect
She
them.
flew around the world to compete in events where she could find fields that would let her get the number of top 30 finishes
Oh
she needed
yes.
to qualify for the Olympics.
Top 30. Oh, good. You're in the top 30. Where'd you finish? 30th.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
she found
28.
a sport and a set of rules that would enable her to chase a dream she held for years. Okay, fine, but you still sucked. You did nothing with it.
Same with the Mexican guy.
I'm not going to argue with people who want to do Olympian things because, oh my God, those people.
I'll argue with it
if you wind up sucking at something in front of the entire fucking world, you better believe people are going to rag on you.
Oh, of course.
Except for if you're from poor old Mexico and you grab a Mexican flag, then you're the underdog and I'm the only one going, but you sucked.
In video game parlance, she found an exploit or a cheese or a glitch. That's what the term I would use. She found a glitch or abused a mechanic.
Abused a mechanic?
Exploit's good. Exploit's a good thing.
Wait,
I don't know where it gets
stop. I'm back at abused a mechanic. I'm not just
No.
picturing some girl abusing a car mechanic.
No, don't pick on people. They did their best to get where they were.
No, they didn't.
No.
Their best wasn't good enough.
Yes, they did. Come on.
Try harder.
Think about it. She went to events that she could specifically get within the number of top 30.
Yes.
Basically,
meaning that she went places that she knew she would excel at, as opposed to what she was actually going to face at the
If you
Olympics.
call the
that-
top 30 exciting.
Elliot, that is knowing your limits.
No, it isn't knowing your limits.
Yes,
It's
it
called.
is.
No, it isn't. It's called how can I basically do the least amount of work, get a top 30.
No.
She didn't do any goddamn tricks. She's no,
Danamon.
I'm sorry. No.
Danamon. It's like saying that you are the champion at Pac-Man. Okay, you go through and you play a lot of Pac-Man, but now you're the expert of Final Fantasy VII.
It would be
And
like
all you
this.
did was press the start button and stand there for like 7 hours, showing you have 7 hours of gameplay, and said, "Yep, I'm the master. I beat it."
It would
And
be
you
like
didn't
this,
even move
Jim.
off the first screen.
Jim,
You know, but
it
you
would
played
be
all
like
this Pac-Man to prove that you're really good at games, but then you just pressed start and sat there for 7
no,
hours.
Jim. For an example that other people can relate to, it would be like this. You could run the Daytona 500 if you compete in 40 short track races the previous year. So you go to short track races where you know there will be weak field, and you finish in the top 30. So you go to short track races where there are weak fields, maybe 17, 18, 20 cars, let's say, and you basically tool around at the back of the pack and finish in the top 30, and you get your 40 short track races out of the way, and don't do shit, but you finish in the top 30. And then you go to Daytona, which is a 2.5 mile bank track, and you basically just basically she did the least amount of work possible to know that she would qualify for something she had no business being in.
My
all they
point
did
was
throw the go flag, and
my
she
point
took her
was
pit
is that
before and she took her pit just before the damn first lap finished, got out of her car, and went home.
Which I've seen people do that. They're called
Oh,
start
for
parkers.
listen to me, okay? For God's sake, okay, listen. First of all, I suck at Mario, okay? I really cannot do Mario 100%. I cannot do it. It is not happening. No. Okay, but on the Nintendo, if people playing the game, blah blah blah, all that whatnot, I can maybe make things happen.
But
Maybe make things understandable.
I suck at everything known to me. I suck at baseball. Okay,
Oh,
so
for
I would
God's
not
sake.
qualify for a. I would, but let's say my dream was to play a minor league baseball game. So I go to the whatever the fuck's below the minor league, and I do the least amount of work possible, and then I qualify for this baseball game, and I have no idea what I'm doing. So I just sort of play with the bat a little bit. Hey, she had no business being there. She did the least amount of work possible. You know, good for her. She's living a dream. Well, your dream was to suck.
There's somebody living on your hand.
Here we go. And this kind of design subverted meritocratic norms and led to a fascinating story.
It's not fascinating. It's pathetic.
No, what you're talking about is somebody living on your hand. Doing something that you have done previously.
That's what?
I don't understand where you're getting this, because I just read the article and you switched back, and I don't even know what conversation.
Yeah, I don't
know.
You're talking about somebody doing something that you would like to do, but they've already done.
No, that's not even close to what I was saying. What I was saying was, so let's say I could see, okay? Let's say I could see. And I like racing, as you know. So let's say I race some go-kart races, okay? And I race the amount of go-kart races that's needed to go race in a higher level. But I picked the weakest fields because I knew that, that basically I had to just finish in the top 30, whatever. So then I go, it's not a fascinating story. I mean, it is if you don't like sports, and I don't really care for most of the Olympic sports, but it's not a fascinating story. It's pathetic. I mean, yeah, you're living the dream. Shouldn't the dream be to win the games, not just compete? I mean, I can compete in things. I want to win them.
It really depends on the person.
I mean, well, yeah, but I mean, my whole thing is, I I wouldn't want to just drive. I would want to win. That would not be.
Yes.
My dream is to compete in the Indy 500. Good for you, motherfucker. My dream is to win the Indy 500.
Well, yes, but some people prefer to just be a part of it.
Well, those people will always be what we call back markers.
Nah.
Actually,
Just
yeah.
saying.
I mean, God. Okay. I have competed in a lot of Special Olympic events as a kid. And I will tell you that each and every gold, silver, and bronze I got, except for 3 of them, were hard fought victories. And the 3 bronzes I'm talking about were the fact that I was 3rd out of 3. Which meant those were the ones I was the most shamed about getting, because I fucking sucked that bad. That's something I should have had at least down enough to beat the retard in front of me who couldn't walk, but god damn was he a fucking demon on skis.
I know, isn't that weird though?
It's like he had this real, it was like Ministry of Funny Walks kind of walk, and like he couldn't help it. And it's like, oh, I got this down. He put him on skis, boom! Ooh, fuck, that's what I gotta compete against? And then the second retard, not as bad as him, still outpaced me.
And you, the guy who can walk and is not totally retarded.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I came in 3rd out of 3. It's
a fascinating story to me, Jim, would be a girl who did her damn best, competed at all of the biggest events, and got top 30. Okay, she didn't win. But she tried her hardest at the biggest events and qualified for the Olympics and put on her absolute best and tried her best and did tricks. And she finished 10th or whatever. But
she finished, even if she finished dead last,
that would
be something nice. But she did no tricks. She got there and put absolutely no effort into it.
It's
and
like, okay,
I do water skiing, not snowboarding. Well, why are you snowboarding if you do water skiing? And
whereas the Mexican guy said,
no,
yeah.
Okay. Kira, let me explain. Okay, first of all, how do you think that most ladies know that you need to do these sort of things?
Because they read the rules and regulations?
No.
Because there are rules and regulations that you can look
them up. That's what there is. It's the fucking Olympics. They have rules and regulations.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite stories.
Drink caffeine during the Olympics.
Here's a story, Jim. So this guy, Gary Bradbury, he was in an ARCA race, right? And he qualified for the race. His car was stolen. Okay. So he goes 3 states away, retrieves his car, comes back 10 minutes before the start of the race, starts last, and wins the race. That's a story. Or people who, burn the midnight oil to try to make that one race because that's their lifelong dream, but people who she didn't even do tricks. It's not even like it's the good underdog. It's a disgrace. Honestly, I think it disgraces women. It disgraces the Olympics. I think it disgraces everyone, humanity.
Okay, when you're playing a fighting game, Danamund, and you at least know the move, or that one game that you run around is that chick with the ice thing. Now imagine if there was a way that there was a character that could just punch you in the balls and force your entire team to move back 5 feet from where they were.
Oh, yes.
And this was a complete glitch that someone used to exploit to win every frickin' match. Would that not piss you off? Now imagine this person's now people are trying to tell you that you have to worship this person because they're the best in this game, even though all they did was exploit a glitch that you didn't know about.
Well, I would be super, super advantageous, and I'd be like, oh, heck yes. And I'd be like,
If she had done one or two tricks, all this would have been avoided, and it just would have been
It would not feel right, though.
No. We're saying if someone did that to you, not if you did that to someone. If someone did that to you,
No. What I'm saying is, it wouldn't feel right. That's just my personal
but
point of
And
view.
that's what happened here. In video game parlance, she found an exploit, and this kind of design
Oh yeah.
subverted meritocratic norms and led to a fascinating story. And the fascinating story was I woke up off the toilet one day. I don't think that was a fascinating story. You found whatever you could qualify in.
Hating on me. Hating on me.
I mean, if she did one or two tricks, she would have just been a
No.
loser.
I'm not hating
Nah.
on May. What I'm hating on is someone that just found the most pathetic way to get into a competition that
Which
they
seems to
could.
be almost always the way that I do things, so.
Yeah, but then whenever you get into the competition, don't you at least try to do something?
I do, but.
This person did nothing. That's the difference. You do something. You try your best, or at least try to have fun with it. She just skated through.
Whee! I mean, which is probably fun. It's probably really fun to do, but still, that's not the point.
The point is that my character is representing online everything that you would want in this game.
Well, yes, but it's
system.
online. It's not the fucking Olympics, is it?
Mm,
The whole world's not watching.
The Olympics may seem like they're about a meritocracy.
the whole world is
much
watching.
However, the winning formula for appeal to core video game players, those who likely claim the label gamer, is straightforward. Offer them a game that conforms to the norms and systems that they have long accepted, like meritocratic game design.
Okay.
As Nathan Grayson writes about Kingdom Come, the game has become massively successful as it's different in some ways, but also familiar and easy to digest if you're playing games for a long time. That, as it turns out, is the winning formula on Steam.
Okay.
Create a game that plays like a game. Okay.
Wow. Rather than create a game that plays like me punching you repeatedly in the nuts, because that would be a shit game. Just over and over and over.
As Grayson details, players are praising the game because it has a rich and deep game system built on a conservative political ideology.
I have tried and tried to introduce people of video game. I just can't. Nope. Not gonna happen.
Story-driven open-world RPG that immerses you in epic adventure in the Holy Roman Empire. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's what you want? The Holy Roman Empire? Dear God, that was a corrupt place. No. The Holy Roman Empire is like the Pope.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, sorry. I was just... Yes, 800 to 1800. It's actually Charlemagne, by the way. He's the one who created it.
Yeah, just think going back in that time, how crooked that system was, punishing the heathens. Oh my God, purification through pain.
Let's do it.
Appealing to mastery is a trademark of a meritocratic order that resounds with many. On the other hand, mechanics that subvert traditional notions of skill, like mercy and Overwatch, face a far more polarizing response.
My sister plays Overwatch. I don't know the first fucking thing about it.
Danamund?
What?
Do you know anything about this Mercy character in Overwatch? You play the game.
Oh, well, I know there's a lot of porn about her.
What
Does that help? Oh god, yes. Almost every single person who plays a Mercy main is such a whore.
Overwatch is a first-person shooter, and although the healer role is well established, Mercy's original ultimate move resurrected defeated teammates.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's lame. Fuck you died. Get over it.
Well, all I know is about that woman is that she shows up when people need to be healed, and I have tried to play her, but I need to be a whore to play her, and I was like, fuck that, no, I am
So
not doing
Jim,
that.
so you're saying Jim should play her
Maybe.
Maybe.
because he is
Maybe.
a
Because I
whore.
would abuse game mechanics like that, and then everyone would hate me for all eternity.
Like that. It just. Oh, it's fucking
I
pisses me
know
off.
you would, Jim, because I know you.
In announcing a change to her skills, the lead designer on the game stated that it's pretty disheartening to have Mercy just erase a team wipe with a full team resurrection.
No.
Well, yeah, you died. They died. Wah.
It's
There
like
are
everyone else
tons of
died
other
but her, but
characters.
now they're all back and you're still at your own losses.
There
There
ain't
are
no
tons of other characters that could do almost the same
resurrecting.
things. Okay?
I don't want to resurrect people who died. I want unless they're
No,
zombies.
no. Listen, there are tons of other characters who could do the same things that Mercy can. There are tons of other characters that can do the same fucking resurrection shit that she can. Oh, it's really fucking shit, is
But
what
the
it
thing is,
is.
they must be resurrected as zombies, vampires, or demons.
Mm-mm.
This framing celebrates the work of players to kill opponents, but not the
No,
talent of a healer in a successfully executing a difficult move to bring their team back from the brink. Unless
Fuck.
all
you
I really need to know is whether or not you're actually on Xbox Lives or PlayStation or whatever the fuck you know.
I have a computer.
I'm not, because I can't hook up systems here. And this computer won't let me do MMOs online.
Well, in order to get on Xbox Live, I have to have, a gold promotion. And in order to get on PlayStation, I have to have a fucking PlayStation account. And it's like, ah!
Players face accusations of being one tricks, players who only play her and no others. Mercy players are alleged to ruin the game, possess less skill that prevents them from playing other characters, and in some, Mercy players are hated more than other characters with similar roles.
Oh, well, okay.
Because we're talking full team resurrection. And how many players can other characters resurrect? The whole team at once?
Probably not.
I don't play the game, so I don't know. That's why I'm asking someone who does. How many? You said that other characters on that game can resurrect players.
Only if you're a Mercy main.
Huh?
Only if you're a Mercy main.
So Mercy is the only character that can resurrect players.
Yeah, and that's such a whore. Oh my god. Don't even ask.
So would you be like to go up against a team that always had Mercy on it? With the old powers before the rebalancing?
No, because they just keep coming
No, I'm
back.
asking the person who plays the game, Elliot. Because she's the one trying to argue, saying she's awesome, and now she's saying.
No, I do not like to play Mercy.
No, she never said she was
Personally.
awesome. She said she was a whore.
And yes, I am a whore, but I do not like to play Mercy. I like to play other characters.
Yeah, she
And
says.
that gets me really fucking annoyed because I am now associated with all these fucking goddamn Tumblr fucking Mercy main crap. Oh my god, no.
Yeah, she never said Mercy was awesome.
Also, I get associated with these fucking May being considered cancer. Yeah, fuck that. Thank you.
At least one professional player enjoys playing Mercy, but does so in spite of scorn of the teammates. You play the cheap shot character, and you don't expect scorn? It's like playing Cinder in the original Killer Instinct. That was just this. You could glitch that thing in so many ways, and my friends constantly abused the glitches you could do it, because the only character that could beat Cinder was another Cinder. And you could glitch everything has a combo limit depending upon how you start it up, but you could automatically reset the combo. You could phase through any projectile attacks. You could phase through any physical attacks done towards you. You could just reset everything, did an infinitely chaining combo that did 100% damage.
Nice.
And just not give the person a chance, because the character was so glitched out that it was like, no.
Which I respond by
cheap shot character.
Yes.
Reaction to Mercy is so heated that perceptions about her character are broken into a 2-part essay entitled, "Why Does Everyone Hate Mercy?"
Show no mercy.
Sexism and misogyny.
Oh, mercy. Well, I mean, for God's sake, the woman is. Oh my gosh. Well, look at her. I mean, come on.
I haven't looked at her. I don't know what the hell she looks like.
Oh, okay. How about you look her up? I mean, for gosh sake.
I'm just focused on game mechanics. It's like you're playing a first-person shooter and no one else can
No,
resurrect
you
the
need to actually look up her personal.
Sexism and misogyny, particularly in the response
This
to
is why people have a problem with misogyny. They see a character who is very, very, very female. And we go, what? Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, it's misogyny now.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You gotta look it up.
It's an important answer in the essay, but a key theme that skill is perceived to be vital in video games, yet that only particular kinds of skill are celebrated. With the context of a first-person shooter, Overwatch celebrates team kills and exciting battles, and Mercy was originally designed in a manner to upend that.
How is that different from...
Run through misogyny, and Mercy is a case study in how the kind of skill and work in video games is particular, specific, and prone to developing toxic, spiteful communities.
Don't see that, but okay.
No. You know, you have to be a misogynist
look, I know.
Mercy. You have to be a misogynist to hate Mercy, and therefore we have to be toxic and spiteful.
No, I hate Mercy because she came... Oh. Fucking Tumblr fucking shit. Oh my god.
Yes, and this is an academic paper.
No, I would fucking kill somebody. I would burn them in effigy for this fucking shit. I would. Oh.
This is a published author, celebrated. University of Minnesota. Blizzard may be reducing
Porn fucking spat out about fucking Mercy of Overwatch.
Blizzard may be reducing toxicity in their Overwatch community, but it cannot be solved because the game is built on a rotten meritocratic foundation.
No, fuck that shit.
I love that. You cannot solve the toxicity because it was built on meritocracy, and that is disgusting. Efforts at fixing toxicity are also undercut by the player desire and developer interest in increasing the meritocratic ladders found in the game by adding more competitive modes. So more competitive modes is toxic and sexist.
I just write porn when I want to write porn.
I like toxic. I don't really like sexist, but I like things that are toxic.
Well, I write
Especially,
sometimes porn that is sexist, so.
I wrote one where some woman killed all the men, but it wasn't meant to be a feminist statement. It
No.
was literally just meant to be, fun because I like people being killed.
Meritocracy is insidious.
Oh my god, really?
Ellie, you ought to read some of the shit I write. I write porn where people are encouraged to be what they want to be because they can be, because, oh my fucking god, why not, right?
Right now, what I want to be is dead. So,
Oh, yes.
Okay, be dead. No, I wasn't being serious.
But then I get stupid results.
Being good
I get
Being
really,
good
really
at a
bad
game
results,
makes
man.
you a monster. Being good at a game makes you a complete monster, toxic to everything, and it is insidious that you're even remotely good at any game.
Good, as it should be.
Because it seems like the only way to build things, but there are other options. Oh god. Building games that prioritize elements other than skill and effort gives us all a chance to build a different kind of community around games.
Oh, why could that be a thing?
One that might work together to chart a path towards something more positive and cooperative.
We could work
Oh,
together
jeez.
and chart a path among something positive and cooperative. To which I say, you have 5 seconds to get out of my house.
Fuck you, Elliot.
I don't want cooperation.
Fuck you.
We can build
Okay, come
games.
over here.
We can build games based on luck, like poker, contingency, and serendipity.
How about games based on me murdering you repeatedly over and over again? It'll never end.
No,
The
yeah,
moida.
I might agree with that.
Similar to elements of the design of Mario Party or Mario Kart, but those also have lots of. Those are two games with a lot of games of skill, and if you're good at,
I hated Mario Kart. Yeah, I know. I'm the only one who hates Mario Kart. I'm the only person
it's like
in this
Mario
world who hates Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, really, that is a game where skill is there. That is meritocratic. Yes, there is a random element thrown in,
Yeah,
but your
totally
best
agree.
players have already compensated.
That's what I hated about the game was the random element. I like racing games. I don't want fucking.
Well, racing games always have a.
But then again, you know me, Jim. Well, I like random elements like that, but I'm not. You know me, Jim. I like racing simulators. It's not 100% realistic. I don't like it.
We can build games that are pay to win and emphasize the role of the wallet.
You mean like fuck off. I'm not even gonna start.
Like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, where players frequently work together in an effort to defeat the developer.
Oh, for God's sake.
So you want us to pay a shit ton? What?
And automatically win?
So you're saying that like the solution to this evil meritocracy is to support capitalism?
Meritocratic? Wait. Are we supporting?
Also pay to play. God.
Yeah, are we supporting the
That just empties your wallet. Why would you suggest that? This is the one thing that
No,
can't
I don't support any of that fucking LucasArts doing anything with anything. No, I don't support that.
You gotta pay money in order to enjoy all the best features of the game.
No,
Otherwise,
sure.
God, after you already paid for the game, you gotta pay, small increments of $1 every 30
I don't
seconds.
even want to pay for that. I don't want anything to do with fucking LucasArts. Fuck them. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. Get them out of my shit. No, nothing to do with it.
Moving away from merit allows communities to be developed on a different terms, giving an opportunity to build something else, something new, something that has features other than endemic toxicity that comes with the meritocratic system.
I'm not so sure this isn't satirical.
Hmm?
No, this is from University of Minnesota Press.
Mm.
Because why wouldn't you want meritocracy's the best thing to be?
This isn't satire, though. This is legit academic kind of paper. The University of Minnesota Press, founded in 1925. The University of Minnesota Press is best known as the publisher of groundbreaking work in social and cultural thought, critical theory, race and ethnic studies, urbanism, feminist criticism, and media studies.
Mm-hmm.
So I quit.
The press is among the most active publishers of translations of significant works of European and Latin American thought and scholarship. Minnesota also publishes a diverse list of works on the cultural and natural heritage of the state and the upper Midwest region.
All right, continue with the fucking thing.
It's over. I'm just reading what this is from.
God.
The test division of the press publishes highly regarded personality assessment instruments, including the MMPI-2 and the MMPI-A.
So basically, pay to play is better than no meritocracy. Fuck the gaming community. Fuck
No,
the fucking
Elliot.
community. I don't want a community.
Elliot. One is that these people are trying to say that what we fight for is represented here.
Okay.
I have no
And you
idea.
fight that.
Yeah. What else?
That's going to be it, because that was a long one.
Okay, this has been the Swine Brothers Show, episode 141 for the something 7th of April 2018. You can email us at cosmicgodsdie@gmail.com. Facebook is Swine Brother and Twitter SwineBro666. We hope you enjoyed the torture, people. You found some interesting articles this week that I hate you for.
I know. Dear God. That last one really hurt my brain. It's like, what?
For Denimon, for the gym, I'm the Elliot. So long.
God damn, it's giving me a headache.